Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Halsey here from SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today I'm playing with the two-tone Flora stamp set and I'm creating a card using Parakeet Party, which is a gorgeous colour that I have not used enough, if I'm honest. So it's two-tone Flora and I'm going to be using something fancy with it because the two-tone Flora doesn't have any sentiments and I would quite like a sentiment to be on my card. So I'm going to be using this slightly smaller stamp, the outline and the infill, and I'm just covering my grid paper with some messy grid paper because I don't like to get my grid paper pad messy. I have weird issues, but I'm going to be using the Parakeet Party ink colour. So this came out last year and it's beautiful, but I really don't think I've used it very much. And so I decided to do a whole card dedicated to it. And what I'm doing is I'm just going around the edge of the card with the outline stamp first. Now it's up to you which way you do this. You can use the infill and then stamp the outline over the top, or you can do the outline first and stamp the infill over the top. I find it easier to do the outline first and the infill over the top. I just think it's easier to line up. But it's up to you, personal preference. So I'm just stamping this around the edge of my cardstock to create a frame. And then you're going to need the infill stamp and a slightly lighter colour. So with using these two-tone colours, you need to have a dark standout colour and a similar tone colour, but just lighter. So I'm using soft seafoam. And I'm going to be just putting the infill stamp straight in, and you can see it automatically colours the stamp. How quick and easy is that? You don't have to get out your pens, your markers. It does it perfectly and the shading is all there. It makes these flowers look 3D. So the two-tone floral set has been around for a bit. I keep calling it two-tone floral and I think I keep writing it in my blog. It's two-tone Flora though. It's been around for a bit. It was in the old mini catalogue and it's carried over into the annual catalogue. And I bought it, probably 4 or 5 months ago. And it sat on my shelf. And then I used it to do a card and got carried away. And I must have made about 8 different videos in the day that I've now scheduled across my channel to come out because I just fell in love with it. I didn't realise how effective the flowers would be once you'd stamped them and then stamped the inserts in. So you can see I've now put all of the middle bits in, got all my flowers ready, and I've created this frame. So I'm just going to pop some basic Whisper White on top. So I've got this piece of scrap, which luckily was the same size. You can cut this down to whatever size is the middle part of your frame. And then I'm just going to be adding in a sentiment. So the sentiment's coming from the Something Fancy stamp set. Now, I looked at a few of them and I decided to go for one of the bigger stamps because this is a big piece of paper and I'm going to want to fill it. And while I was looking at it, I thought I've been doing this as if I'm going to do it landscape. Instead, I'm going to do it portrait. It will fill that sentiment panel better. So I'm just adding this into the centre of that panel. I'm not going to cut it down or anything. I'm going to keep it exactly as it is. Look at that font. Isn't it beautiful? So it says, "Here's to beautiful beginnings and happily ever afters." Isn't that lovely? So I'm just sticking that down flat using my seal. And that is pretty much the basis of my card. I'm going to stick it to my card base. So this is thick basic white, cut in half and then scored in half again to make an A6 base. I already have them all cut and scored ready, so I'm just burnishing it with my bone folder. And then I'm going to stick the front on top, again using my seal, and I'm going to just do that flat. I'm going to add a bit of embellishments on this, but I don't want to make it blingy, so instead I'm going to use metallic enamel effects. So these come in white, black and red, and we do have a new trio coming up in the annual catalogue, so do look out for that. And I'm just popping this on and I'm just going to do a few dots of it, and this would just dry as a metallic dot rather than as a shiny blingy dot, and I'm quite happy with that. And that is my finished card. Isn't it beautiful? But wasn't it simple? If you were like rushing out to a last minute birthday, just think of how gorgeous your card would be, but how quick it would be to make it. I have really enjoyed playing with it. It's using the two-tone Flora and the Something Fancy stamp set. What do you think? And here's the finished project. Thank you for joining me. I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Everything I've used today is available from slimandstylish.stampinup.net. If you did enjoy the video, please do drop me a like or leave me a comment. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and come back for more content. I also have an Instagram page that I'm trying to grow at the same time. It's at SlimmandStylish, and every like or follow helps. Thanks everybody for joining me. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Bye.